Welcome to Daily Steps from One Extraordinary Marriage, where we outline simple steps that you can take to have the ultimate marriage adventure. I'm Tony DeLorenzo, your co-host, along with my beautiful wife, Elisa. In today's show, we answer the question, what if I don't know what I like?
I honestly believe that there are so many couples or so many individuals within couples where this is the scenario that plays out. Whether it's been through conditioning that you're not supposed to express yourself, or you're not supposed to enjoy sex, or you're not supposed to know what you like, or if it's just been, you've been in a dry spell.
Okay.
Right? Because maybe you've gone through pregnancy, or maybe there's been illness, and bodies change over time. And so what may have worked at the beginning, sexually, what you liked, what touches felt good, has changed over time.
Mm-hmm. I think emotions change too. Things may happen. Trust may be broken, and rebuilding it. I think there's a lot of pieces there. There's maybe a drift that has happened with yourself. We've been there. You know what I mean? We've gone through stages where we're transitioning from, one place to the next, a job to the next. Elisa going from, working full time to a mother, to staying at home, to me doing different things, to, working out a ton, to not working out, to weight loss and weight gain. And so I think this happens to a lot of us.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where you need to start kind of back at the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sex ed is not just something that you get in a junior high or a high school health class, which is very flat, one-dimensional, coming out of a textbook. The two of you are married. Right? Let's start your own personal sex ed course in your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You start exploring, what feels good, which means that you actually have to touch each other to find out what that is.
I think this is where the intimacy lifestyle comes into play a ton. And if you haven't listened to those shows, those were, I'm trying to think which Daily Steps shows those were. It was early on.
It was early on. Probably within the first 20.
Yeah, go check those out. We did a series like 3 or 4 on the intimacy lifestyle. And the reason I bring this up is because the intimacy lifestyle sets up a foundation, a framework for you to have sex more than once a month or once every 6 weeks. I really believe that when you are having sexual intercourse, being sexually intimate with your spouse on a more regular basis, you learning what you like happens much quicker. And you begin to have success quicker, which then allows you guys to go, oh my gosh, this is working. It's not like it's so built up on this one time we're going to have sex every 6 weeks. So definitely start getting onto the intimacy lifestyle. And then I really believe this will all fall into place.
Right, because you are going to discover what touches you enjoy. You're going to you're going to begin to understand, okay, if we're having sex regularly, then I need to know how to get my spouse aroused.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I need to know, what positions do we as a couple enjoy? What positions do I as an individual enjoy? What works for us in the bedroom?
Yeah, and if you want to get positions each and every month, we send out a new one. When you become a partner of Position of the Month Club, you can go at positionofthemonthclub.com, check it out, pick a partner level, and it's a great way to just get something in your email inbox every month, and you can try that one position. You don't have to open up a book that has 200 in there and feel frustrated. Grab one, try it out, see how it works, alternate it, make alternatives to it for you that works, that makes it feel best to you.
Absolutely. And that actually ties into, the next thing that I want to say is you also have to know what doesn't work.
Right.
Right? Because again, Tony opened up this episode talking about all of those different, life transitions and changes and, all of those different things that can happen. And so there may have been things years ago that worked, that you liked. And because of transitions in life, it doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get those out of your repertoire for a season, right? Let's get those out of your toolbox and say, okay, that doesn't work. Or that feels awkward now. Like that's probably the number one thing I hear from women after they've had a baby.
Yeah.
Like my body feels awkward. I feel awkward. There's somebody had written in a few weeks ago about breast milk during sexual intimacy. And, all of a sudden my husband's getting sprayed. Okay, that's awkward. I remember, just in terms of that, like there were probably a good month after we had both kids where I was like doing a sports bra during our sexual intercourse because I was like, I can't handle that. Like I need the pads and I need, a sports bra because it was just like too weird for me. But that was a season, right? And I didn't like seeing my breast milk during sex. So you start having those conversations.
And that's for Elisa. For some of you, that's totally cool and that's totally fine for both of you. We're all different. We all have our likes and our dislikes. What may be awkward to us may be totally fine to you. What works for us may be totally awkward to you. It's okay. There's the ebb and the flow. And as we've said so often, each of us are individuals who've come together and we're working through this together. We're on the same team. So let's discuss what's working, what isn't, what do we enjoy, what don't we, and keep that conversation going.
Absolutely. And that ultimately is the most important thing, that the two of you create opportunities to give feedback. Right? To have the conversations around your sexual intimacy, to not just say, ooh, I can't say this because maybe they're going to feel weird that we're talking about it. No, at the end of the day, I can't tell you how many people get into a coaching session with me and they're like, I just wish I knew what my spouse liked in the bedroom. Your spouse wants to know. Just the only caveat that I would give to that is work on framing things in the positive. I really like this. This works for me. I'd like to try this instead of you never, or you don't, or this is weird, or, all of those negative comments will shut your spouse down. We want to build you and your sexual intimacy up so that you can continue, like Tony said, using the intimacy lifestyle and other resources to find and discover what it is that you like.
To dig deeper into this topic, check out oneextraordinarymarriage.com/414.